focus on lifestyle, leisure, and business, we set out to bring high-value oriented programs that captivate the taste and desires of our audience. From the captivating airwaves of ZED 101.9 FM to the dynamic visuals of ZED TV and the innovative realms of ZED Digital and the incubation of advanced technological knowledge at ZED Tech, every facet of modern media is meticulously curated to engage and inspire. Also, let's not forget the new Finder newspaper, now under the ZED Multimedia umbrella, delivering insightful journalism with a business focus. Join us on the journey where innovation meets inspiration, where lifestyle meets leisure, and where business thrives. Change is here. ZED Multimedia, your lifestyle, leisure, and business platform.
You're tuned in to ZED 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to ZED 101.9 FM. I'm your host, Dr. Padi Ayertey. Today, we are talking about food. I think we like talking about food a lot. I don't know whether it is me or it's Mr. Kante, my producer, but I suspect he has a love affair with food, which we can't control. However, today's topic is very important. We are talking about eating smart as you age, what to avoid, and what to improve. The truth is, as we age, our bodies go through natural changes, and yet so do our nutritional needs. For many people aged 50 and above, doctors recommend adjusting their diet not just for comfort, but to prevent serious health conditions such as hypertension and diabetes, high cholesterol, and heart disease. In this episode, we take a closer look at the common foods adults are often advised to limit or to avoid. I am not mentioning those foods because I like some of them. More importantly, we'll uncover why these adjustments matter and how they enhance quality of life in the long run. We'll also examine the lifestyle habits that contribute to health problems later in life and ask an important question for the younger people to ensure that they stay healthier for longer. This is just about dieting. It's about eating with intention, aging with strength, and passing on the wisdom of wellness. To assist us in this topic, we have in the studio Stephanie Onyame. Is that the name?
Yes, please.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming. Stephanie,
Welcome.
why is it important to adjust one's diet as one grows older?
Why is it important to adjust one's diet as one grows older? So, at different stages of life, our nutrient needs differ. And then, as we age, our bodies change.
Mm-hmm.
So, our metabolism slows down.
Slows down?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the way we absorb nutrients also reduce.
Okay.
And then our muscle mass decreases. So,
Okay.
if you look at your parents, when they were in their 40s and 30s, they had muscles, and then as they age, when they become very old, you see that they look frail, and
Okay.
then so our muscle mass reduces.
Okay.
So we need to change our diet to adjust.
To accommodate
to
the
accommodate,
changes that
yes.
our body is actually undergoing
Yes.
at that particular point in
Yes.
time. Okay.
So as we are growing, we don't need to eat so much. Like in children, they need more energy
Okay.
because they expend more energy, and then because they are growing, they need more protein and
Mhm.
all of that. I'm not saying we don't need protein as we are growing, because to be able to build muscle as we get old,
Mm-hmm.
we need a lot of protein so that our body doesn't make use of the ones we have. Okay, so we need to eat foods that have fewer calories, but then are nutrient dense.
Mm.
So now it's not the time to eat foods that have so many calories and very, very little nutrients,
Okay.
like biscuits, and so now the time to eat foods that have a lot of nutrients but not so much calories. So we are supposed to eat foods like whole grains and vegetables and fruits. And then we're also supposed to eat lean protein. I mentioned that we will need protein as we are aging.
As you're aging, mhm.
Yes. But then the fact that we need protein doesn't mean we should find protein from fatty meats, and so our protein sources should come from fish, eggs, chicken, legumes, and other sources.
Madam. When
Okay.
you are young,
Mhm.
your parents may not have money.
Mhm.
You can't afford the meat.
Mhm.
When they give you big rice, small meat, plenty yam, small fish. Now you've grown, you've earned a little bit of money. You cannot afford to eat a kilo of meat if you want. You are telling us that we shouldn't eat it.
I'm not saying you shouldn't eat
Hey.
it. You should
Then
eat,
why did we work?
you should eat it by in moderation.
But in moderation.
Yes, and then the type of
meat.
yes, and then how you cook it. So if you are grilling, that's fine, but you shouldn't be eating fried all the time. So how you cook it, and then the type of meat. So we should do more of the chicken and more of the fish, and rather than the red meat and then the processed meats like sausage and stuff like
And
that.
corned beef.
Yeah, and corned beef.
Oh, about Samsung.
But
my-
we can eat it in
My
moderation.
professor said this thing, when you are young, you can't afford it. When you grow old, your doctor says you can't eat it. It doesn't make life fun at all. We have to eat some. You need to give us permission to eat a few things. We can eat some, but we can't eat too much.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes.
We can't eat too much. We should eat in moderation.
Yes.
What are some of the common health conditions that are caused or are contributed to by a poor diet?
Okay. So as we are growing, and if we are not eating properly,
Mm-hmm.
there are some conditions that can arise from.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some conditions that are influenced by our diet.
Our diet, yes.
So some of the conditions are diabetes, hypertension, chronic kidney disease, osteoporosis, arthritis.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes. Some are cancers, and a lot more.
So you mean if our diet is poor, all these things may afflict us as we grow older?
Yes.
Okay. I guess we have some very important things to talk about.
Okay.
One of the questions that we tend to discuss with us or mention quite a bit is something they call processed foods.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with processed foods? Why are they bad for us? Highly processed foods.
Okay, so why are processed foods bad for us? When you look at the composition of processed foods, it contains a lot of sugar and a lot of salt and a lot of fats that we do not want.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, during the processing, a lot of things are stripped away from the food. So we need fiber, but then during the processing, they take out a lot of the fiber. Some nutrients are lost, and some nutrients are essential to us are lost. Fiber is gone, and then a lot of them have sodium. So because the item is processed, then it needs to last long on the shelf. They put a lot of salt and preservatives and stuff in it. And then there's a lot of sugar and a lot of fats. If you read the label, trans fats, saturated fats, and all of these things, they put us at risk of developing chronic illnesses. So you find that now when children are going to school, we give them, in the past when children are going to school, our parents used to give us yam and kontomire and
like a proper lunch.
But then now we are giving the children biscuits and sugar sweetened drinks and all of that. And so you realize that now a lot of children are battling with conditions they shouldn't be battling with. Before, some diseases were known as diseases for adults, but then now children also are
getting
adult
diseases
because we've taken to using processed foods rather than whole foods. So using processed foods a lot can put you at risk of developing chronic illnesses when you're an adult, in your adult years.
Some of those foods are not foods. I remember I was in a shop one day and I saw a microwave dinner, and it was supposed to be some beef and something. It looked nice. I mean, the picture looked nice and everything. So I brought it home and then put it in a microwave and prepared it as per instruction. And it tasted like I was eating cardboard. It wasn't food. Like you're saying, maybe the whole processing business is they try and preserve it. And it made me understand why some people say if you put the food outside and it doesn't rot, then it's not food. It is some chemical, something they are giving you, but not food. Okay. At this point, it's time for our first break. Hey, time flies. So, and our first song is by Emoji Music, and it's called Woo Yeah. Woo Yeah.
You're tuned in to ZED 101.9.
Welcome back. This is ZED 101.9 FM, and we are listening to the ZED Wellness Link. My name is Dr. Padi Ayertey. I'm your host, and we are talking about eating smart as you age, what to avoid and what to improve. Joining us online is a consultant dietitian. The name is Andrew Kwablah. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Excellent. Andrew, we've missed you in the studio. Long distance love is not the same.
There's been plans to come to the studio, but due to one or two schedule here and there, it's not been possible. But I'll visit the studio definitely.
Please, thank you very much. Thank you very much for spending time with us today.
Sure, thank you, Doc.
Excellent. Sorry, go ahead. You're saying something?
Hope to have a very nice discussion today. I want to thank those behind the scenes, the technical team, Madam Esinam, Madam Akusia, and all your workers
You have outed them. They were hiding quietly. Now everybody knows their name. Hey, you have caused trouble.
I've caused trouble.
Andrew.
All right, let's proceed. We can proceed.
how does... Okay, first of all, I'd like your thoughts on how our diet should change how we age. As we age.
Yes. So as we age, our body is experiencing several changes. Like there's a whole lot of metabolic changes, physiological changes, growth, from childbirth all the way to our teenage years, then to adulthood, then older adulthood, then old age. You can't keep eating the same food and expect to have the same outcomes. So there's a need for changes in our diet as we age. So it's very important that our diet changes as we age and we make the necessary adjustments.
So, for example, for a 60-year-old person, male, how should his diet change?
Yes. So for a 60-year-old, I see so many cases, so many geriatric cases around that age range. So your health needs are different compared to those who are in their, let's say, early 20s or teens. Because around the 60s, there are a lot of health issues they are usually battling. Either dyslipidemia, cholesterol issues, some probably developing prostate issues. Your insulin is now not as strong as it would be when you were younger. So your diet, definitely, you have to make some adjustments to it. So in that age, this is where your fiber is very important. Mm-hmm. You have different nutrition goals compared to someone who is younger. So at 60, you need to see a dietitian so that we work with you, plan your diet to suit your nutritional needs.
Okay, you are trying to dodge my question by not being specific. So I'll be more specific.
Okay.
The gentleman is hypertensive and diabetic.
Correct.
How should his diet change?
Yes. So for all these conditions, there are specific goals of nutrition for all these conditions. So an adult who presents with dyslipidemia and someone else who presents with just diabetes can't have the same diet.
That is true. He has only diabetes. He hasn't got dyslipidemia.
Yes. So if I plan his diet for him, I'll look more towards diabetes and preventing other issues. So one of the goals I also look at is hydration. Usually after 60, hydration is very, very critical for most of the of adults in that age range. I'll look at fiber also. I'll look at the type of protein they are taking. Yes, very important for someone above 60. Then per my arrangements, per my calculations, anthropometry measurements, I can calculate the calories the person will need based on their physical activity. That they are very active, I'll calculate their calories accordingly and come with a very nice diet plan for them.
Okay, that sounds doable, and that's, I think, something that everybody could or should do. Let's talk about sugar. How does excessive sugar intake impact aging bodies?
Yes, so excessive sugar, research will tell you that sugar is not necessarily the cause of diabetes, but it's got to do with your insulin sensitivity. So when you have this random sugar spikes, it's going to affect your insulin response. And when you have excessive glucose, sugar will be broken down by the body into glucose. So when you have excessive glucose in your body, it's going to affect how your body is able to work out the glucose and get the insulin to absorb the glucose into your body. So you want to be very cautious because your insulin sensitivity is not strong compared to when you were younger. That's those in the 60s, older adults. So your sugar intake, and sugar has been linked to so many chronic diseases. Several chronic diseases have been linked to sugar intake, very high sugar intake. So it's not necessary. It's not. You don't need the sugar like that.
So we should reduce our sugar intake. If you're above 50, would you recommend, therefore, that we reduce our sugar intake? Hey, Andrew, can you hear me? Okay, we seem to have a little challenge with hearing Andrew. I'll get my technical people to.
I'm all lined up.
Good. So I was saying, would you recommend, therefore, that we reduce our sugar intake?
Yes, definitely. So there are different kinds of sugar. So there's the sugar you get naturally from your food, the sugar you get from your fruits, then sugar from your carbohydrates, the different kinds of carbohydrates. Yeah. So you prefer the sugar rather from the fruits, but everything in moderation. For the same sugar from the fruits, if taken in excess, can also cause similar problems. So everything in moderation, but then more preference to the type of sugar you are taking. So the sugar from your fruits, the kind of carbohydrates you are taking, if you are very specific with the healthier ones, that should be good for someone at that age.
Oh, I see. Sometimes the sugar, you don't go looking for it. So I bought some dried fruits. There's pineapple and mango. And when I ate it, it was pretty sweet. Then later on, I discovered that the label said candied dried fruits. And the list of ingredients included sugar. So that means this my mango that I'm enjoying, they actually have soaked it in a little bit of sugar. So that's problem one. I didn't think there was added sugar inside, but there was added sugar. Problem two was that when I start eating one packet, before I'm aware, I finish the packet. Because I start eating small, and maybe I'm reading or something, before you're aware, the whole packet is gone. So here's my challenge. I'm trying to eat fruits, but sometimes the fruits are soaked in sugar. And that's not helpful, is it?
Yeah, it's not helpful. But that's one thing about sugar. You see, sugar can be used as a preservative.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So I don't always blame the manufacturers for adding so much sugar to the food, because sometimes it can be used as preservatives. If you look at jam, they do add some sugar to preserve it for a long time. Okay. So in this case, it's for a purpose. But then excessive intake is what will cause your problem. So moderation is very key.
Okay. Let's talk about sodium.
All right.
I've heard there's a recommendation that we should reduce our salt intake. Why?
Yeah, so salt attracts water. Yeah, sodium attracts water. So when you have it in excess in your body, it's going to attract more water. Then that's where your blood pressure and others are going high. But then your body still needs the recommended amount of sodium to run its normal body functions. Like your brain needs sodium to function properly. So you need the recommended amount of sodium. You don't want to go in excess, so that you don't attract more water and your BPs are going high and all of that. So it's very important to stay within the recommended limits of our 2,000 milligrams of salt daily.
So I need some clarification from you. Does that mean that we shouldn't put salt in our food at all? Or we should put salt in our food, but it shouldn't be excessive? Which one is it?
So for healthy individuals, you can, those without BP issues or any other chronic conditions, kidney issues and the rest, you can have your normal salts in your food. That is fine. But those who are managing BPs and the rest, they are the ones who need to take they should be very particular about the sodium they are taking. So you have to read full labels and be mindful about how much salt you are putting inside your food when you are cooking.
Okay, so it means they should consume the normal amount of salt, but they should be careful about added salts or salty snacks and things of that sort, right? I'm trying to make it as practical as possible.
Yes, there are some very salty snacks. Like some of our chips can be very salty. So then you want to take the recommended amount of those products.
But we are not saying no salt at all.
No, you still have your sodium. Your body needs it.
Please say that part again. There's somebody who is listening. I want that person to hear. Say that part again.
Your body needs it. Your body needs the sodium. So stay within the recommended limits.
Yes.
Your body needs it. It's not a bad thing. Your body needs it.
Please, this message is for somebody in particular. The salt, please put salt inside there. You will not die if you add salt to your food.
But stay within the normal limits. You don't want to go excess.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please don't go. I have to go on a short commercial break, and so stay there. Stick and stay.
Dream Home. No interest for 2 years. Are you ready to step into your dream home? With Lakeside Estate's exclusive offer, you can own your own home in just 2 years with no interest repayment. This offers you affordable payments, flexible home purchase plan, quality homes, and lifestyle choice. Choose from a variety of beautiful homes in any of Lakeside Hills clusters. Your future awaits you. Imagine living in a home you love with the freedom to invest in your dreams without the burden of interest. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year for the 4th time, we offer you hassle-free home acquisition. Call us today on 020-477-5040 or 020-141-8622. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us now to learn more and schedule a tour for our available homes. T&C Supply. Make your dream a reality. Lakeside Estate. Quality homes for all.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness. Ministering live, Perez Music, alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabi Akwe, and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary, for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557-116-607. That is 0557-116-607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship.
Welcome back. This is the ZED Wellness Link. My name is Dr. Padi Ayertey, and we have on air Andrew Kwablah. Kwablah is what? Kwablah is what? In Ever, right? It's Kwablah in Ever. Okay, yes. Andrew.
Yes, Doc.
Thank you very much for staying with us. What is the issue with fats, and what exactly are unhealthy fats?
Okay, so I'm talking about fats. So we have the different sources. So fats from plant sources, then fats from animal sources. While fats, depending on the nature of the fats, we have the long chain, we have the short chain, different names of the fats. The sources, we have the inoli, we have the sunflower oil, the different types of oils. The issue with the fat is when it's processed or when it's heated, we lose the quality of the fat. By one of the ways you can lose the quality of the fat is when it's heated. So like most of our fried foods we have in town, the oil has been used several times. That makes it unhealthy.
The oil, some of them, when you look at it, it looks like engine oil. In fact, used engine oil, not even engine oil.
Yeah, it's a very big problem. So the longer the fat is heated, it becomes a very big problem most of our fried foods in town, the oils are reused multiple times. It's a very big problem. So the fats, the healthy ones. So I always encourage people to go for the healthy fats. So the olive oil, that's very healthy fat. We have some fats in our nuts and our seeds. Most of our nuts contain the healthy fats, which your body needs. It's very healthy. Your body needs fat. You see, all these nutrients, your body needs them in the right amounts.
Okay.
So if you are deficient in the fats, you will experience definitely some symptoms. Right. So you need the fats. You need the healthy fats. So I always encourage people to have fats in their diet. As part of your balanced diet, you should have a little portion of the fat, but from healthy sources.
You keep saying healthy sources. So which one are the healthy fats? Olive oil.
Yes.
You mentioned that one.
So olive oil, sunflower oil, most of our oils. Then the ones from the nuts and the fats from the seeds. These are all healthy oils you can have.
Now and then I'll argue with you on some of those oils. Some of them, they are not oils, they are machine oils. But as one of my professors said, if you take the thing and you boil it and oil comes on top, that's a natural oil. If you have to run it through a machine to bring oil, it is not a natural oil, it's an artificial oil. But you didn't mention avocado.
Yes, so avocado also contains healthy fats. Also we call pear, but it's avocado. It also contains healthy fats. So it's good to add it to your kenke, your banku. There's nothing really wrong with it.
And to your wache.
To your wache.
There's an avocado seller right beside the wache seller that I've been visiting.
Yes.
Because of you, people have been encouraged to add an avocado every time I buy.
Yes, it contains very healthy.
So apart from
fats.
avocado, what other plant source of healthy fats do we have in our communities that we should use?
So like our palm nuts, when you as you mentioned, when you get a palm nut and you squeeze it, you drain the oil from it, you get some fat in it.
Yes.
Coconut oil is also something that is used in our beans and is used to fry some foods.
So coconut itself gives us healthy oil, right?
Yes.
Palm nut gives us healthy oil.
Yes.
And then avocado gives us healthy oil.
Yes.
Good.
You can extract oil from literally every nut.
Oh, groundnuts, yes, indeed. I looked at my groundnut paste today. There was plenty of oil on top of it.
Yes, or every nut you can extract oil from it. So that's the natural one. The problem is when it's processed. So when it goes through the machine, like you mentioned, once it goes through the machine and you are processing it, once it goes through all the stages of processing, neutralization, and all these processes, bleaching, you lose nutrients, and that is where it's discouraged. But then in the natural state, when you get the groundnut and you blend it and you squeeze the oil out of it and use it for your food, it's something healthy you can use.
Oh, okay.
So when it goes through the heating, see, the processing, it goes through heating. They have to bleach it. They have to neutralize it. I did food science, so I know what I'm talking about.
Please go on. We are listening.
So after it goes through all these processes, once you heat it, I mentioned that once you heat oil, the chains start to break. So you lose them from the longer chains, and they turn into the short chains. And that is where some of our health concerns come from.
So basically, when we heat oil, it changes from a healthier state to a less healthier state.
The nature of the fats, as in the chains of the structure of the fat
changes.
Is now
yes.
changing. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So it's good to have it in the natural state.
Okay. So olive oil drizzled on salad is good.
Yes, it's very healthy. It's very healthy.
So we should be frying our plantain in olive oil.
That's if you can afford it.
And frying our fish. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. So what's this deal about? Of late we talk about cholesterol, and I have my own issues with cholesterol. But the brain is made of cholesterol. A lot of our hormones are derived from cholesterol. So we can't exactly have a zero cholesterol diet, can we?
So with the cholesterol issue, so it's mainly from the animal sources. That's where we are mainly concerned about the cholesterol. But the cholesterol will tell you that we have the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. And we encourage that you take more of the good cholesterol and less of the bad cholesterol. But also remembering that when you take overdose of the good cholesterol, it also has its own health problems, if not similar to taking the more of the bad cholesterol. So still in moderation, but you are safe with our eggs. Now it's been found that the cholesterol in the eggs are healthy. So you still want to stay within a very good amount or range of eggs you take in a day. Yeah. So
you have said something. Eggs. So the syllabus has changed there. Now eggs are good.
And now the science is saying that the eggs contain the good cholesterol. So you can still consume it.
So the yolk of the egg too is good.
Everything is you can't say it's bad.
Okay.
Everything is good, but
good.
It's the amount.
Okay, so eggs, we shall eat eggs.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's healthy.
We shall eat eggs. Eggs are good.
Very healthy.
Eggs are good. All right, good. Thank you very much. You have given us hope today.
Sure, Doc.
Partially, so is undercooked food a problem, especially in older ages?
Yeah, so those in the older ages our senior citizens, their immune system is not very strong like the younger individuals. And when you are preparing our foods and it's not well cooked and it's left for a very long time, you have these microorganisms that are growing rapidly on these foods. And when they take them, you can predispose them to a lot of health conditions. So many because the immune system is not very strong to tackle some of these microorganisms. So it's good to have their food well cooked.
So they should be cautious of where they buy kebab from, especially pork.
Especially the barbecue, the sauces, where they get them is very important. And essentially every food, where you buy your food is very important. So don't just buy food anywhere. You have to be very sure of what you are buying and what you are taking in.
My next question comes in studio. Stephanie, what are some healthy food swaps or alternatives that older adults can make to replace processed and high-risk foods?
What are some alternatives?
Yes.
Okay. So rather than doing processed foods, we can do whole grains.
Okay.
So rather than doing the foods that have the fiber and the nutrients stripped, we can do whole grains like wheat, oats, millets. There's one called fonio, sorghum.
Okay.
We should go back to our local, the crops that are indigenous to us. Yes, so we can do, rather than doing frying foods that have been deep fried, we can do grilled foods.
Okay.
We can do steamed foods. We can do roasted foods. There's nothing wrong with frying, but then if we are going to fry, we are supposed to fry in very little oil and then throw the rest of the oil away. The problem is that we cannot throw the oil away. The problem is that we want to reuse the oil. And as he said, when you heat the oil, the composition of the oil changes. So you mentioned that you've seen oil that looks like engine oil.
Yeah.
So that oil has been heated multiple times. So the saturation is very high.
Okay.
So when you are eating foods that have been fried in that oil, you can imagine what is happening to your heart. So yeah, we should swap processed drinks, the sugary drinks, for fruits. We can do fruits. Otherwise, we can do water that is sweetened with fruits. You can cut some fruits and put in the water. Otherwise, you can get some oranges or pineapple and then press the juice out of it. Okay. So yes, processed meats, so like sausage and bacon and the ones in the can, corned beef, all of that. We can replace that with fresh or smoked
meat instead.
Yeah, so rather than buying sardines or the canned fish, you can buy tuna or salmon, wash it and flake it and use it for whatever you want to use it for. Rather than buying sausage, you can buy chicken, you can buy fish. And then natural spices and artificial seasoning. We don't want to do the seasoning in the sachet and then the cubes.
Okay.
We want to do the seasoning that is indigenous to our culture. We want to do rosemary, garlic, ginger, thyme, dawa. We want to do those ones because the ones in the sachet have preservatives. You remember we mentioned that salt is used to preserve. So we have different types of. If you read the label, you see this sodium, this type of sodium, this type of sodium. So there's a lot of sodium in the cubes.
In the cubes, okay.
Yes. Yeah, and then I mentioned the grains. So other than doing rice, we can do we can do millets, we can do fonio, we can do sorghum. Rather than doing white bread, we can do whole wheat bread.
I like the fact that I call it whole wheat bread.
Whole wheat bread.
People call it wheat bread. It upsets me so much. I see the white bread is not wheat. But yes, you're saying whole wheat bread, which is, when we look at it, that's a brown bread.
Yes, please.
That's the brown bread.
Yes.
Brown bread and cheese is very nice. So, but cheese is healthy.
In moderation.
Oh, brown bread and cheese is nice. Brown bread and cheese is nice. So we have alternatives.
Yes.
We don't necessarily need to eat what we've been eating all these times because they are healthier alternatives.
Yes.
I have some fonio there which I've promised to try for I don't know how many months now.
It's nice.
One weekend, I'm really going to try it and see what it's like.
You can make I've made fonio stir fry from the fonio. It tastes really nice.
Fonio stir fry.
Yes.
Okay.
So
you boil it first.
So how did I make it? I think I cooked chicken and then I cooked the fonio in the stock.
Okay. And then use it to.
I cut the vegetables and then I stir fried the fonio. Yes.
See.
And then you can make porridge with it. You can even make banku with it.
With fonio. With
fonio. And it has a lot of protein and fiber. Very good for diabetics.
Yeah. I really should try it. It's been lying there for ages and I haven't had the vim to take the next step.
You can bring it to me if you
Well, I'll think about that. Only if you will share the food that is made from it.
I will.
Because I think it's a client of mine gave it to me and said, hey, you should try it. And I because she was using it to control her sugar levels and it was working for her. And I really, it's something I really wanted to try.
I've even seen some students make bread from fonio. So you can use to make anything we use flour to make. So you can make biscuits, you can make bread, you can make whatever from fonio.
Okay. We shall try that. We shall try that. In the light of all the things that we know now, what lifestyle or dietary habits that we indulge in earlier in life would contribute to poor health outcome in later years?
Okay. What
So in other words, what is it that we have been doing? What have we been eating when we are younger? That will give us problems in future.
Okay.
Therefore, we should be mindful of what we are eating now, of those particular areas now, things now.
Okay. So, high sodium diet.
High sodium diet.
When you was talking about salt, I said I was going to chip in something. When you're asking about the recommendation, so we are not supposed to exceed 1 teaspoon of
salt.
Of salt.
In what?
In a day.
In a day?
In a day. So breakfast, lunch, supper.
Okay.
And within that one teaspoon.
Please, this salt, is it the adango, the big ones, or it is the fine granulated ones? Or they didn't state which type of salt?
Okay.
I would like to think it's the granulated ones.
The granulated one will be easier to.
Okay.
So with this 1 teaspoon, we have to. You don't just put 1 teaspoon in your stew and think that you are eating within the recommended amount. So the foods already have sodium in it. If you are going to be using processed foods like tin tomatoes and the Maggi,
okay,
the cubes. Sorry, if you are going to be using the cubes and then the tin tomatoes and then the canned fish or the corned beef, you are getting extra sodium from those sources before you come and add your salt.
Okay, so you should factor all those in.
You should factor everything in it. You are making porridge, you put salt in it. Because you don't taste it, you think there's no salt in it, but there's salt in it. You are frying plantain. You can eat the plantain without adding salt, but then you want to add salt.
It's a lie.
So
it's a lie. Who adds salt to the plantain?
You buy wache. I went to buy wache the other time, and then the woman had run out of gari, so she made some of the gari to put in my wache. And then she added salt. I didn't know they add salt. So you add salt to the beans and the rice. You add salt to the stew. You add salt to the spaghetti. You wash the vegetables with salt. You boil the egg in salt. You add salt to the meat. You're adding salt to the gari.
You're adding salt to the gari too.
So imagine how much.
Okay. In that one meal.
Yes. So in the morning you drink porridge. You add salt. The groundnut you eat with the porridge. They will set it in salt. Yeah. Your stew has salt. It has corned beef. It has cubes. It has tin tomatoes. Your rice was cooked with salt. You fried plantain and put on. You added salt. Then we don't understand why our blood pressure is going up or why a lot of people have chronic kidney diseases, because we don't even know what we are eating. We don't know how much of what we are eating. So if you are going to be eating salt, you should be mindful
of the various sources of the salt that we are consuming.
Our body needs salt, but then I think when you're eating, it shouldn't. I know taste is important, but then we are eating because of what we are getting from the food.
No, we are eating because it is nice. The nutrients, you don't think about it at that point when we are eating.
So let's look at it from the perspective of what we are getting from the food, not necessarily the taste.
I hear you. Andrew.
Okay, so back to the...
No, hold on. Andrew, I have a question for you. Andrew.
Yes, Doc, I'm here.
Chofi. Please, should I eat chofi or I shouldn't eat chofi?
With this one, I already want to talk. I already want to touch it. The national.
You cause a national crisis.
Yes, so I'll say eat in moderation. And if you have any problem, see your dietitian for professional advice, whether I should take it or not.
In fact, check your cholesterol level and see your dietitian to get approval to eat chofi.
Very good. Yes. So we'll be waiting for you to consult you, and we'll take it from there.
Indeed. All right. So I do have a quick question. What lessons can the younger generation learn from the dietary struggles of the older adults?
Yes. So the younger generation, Now we see a whole lot of young people. Okay, from my practice, you see so many kids who come with childhood obesity. It's a very big problem nowadays. So many young people in their early adult, like between 18 to 20, 25, 30 years, are developing chronic conditions, diabetes, hypertension, kidney diseases. And it's not something we of before, but in this day and age, or in these years we find ourselves, we see a lot of these cases, and it's happening especially among young people. So my advice for the young people is to start adopting healthy eating habits, healthy lifestyle early. So they should be very mindful about where they are getting their foods, the foods they are taking in, right from the get-go, right after discussion. They should start adopting healthy eating habits. They should always see a professional. It makes it very easier to guide you and know what to do. Okay, you may be eating your food and thinking that it's healthy for you, but looking at your labs and the rest, you see that this is not good for you. And you should go for health checkups also. All right. So the younger people should start taking healthy eating very seriously. You didn't skip your breakfast. Don't take very healthy lunch. Your source of food is very important. So see a dietitian to guide you if you're a young person. If you're not very sure about your eating anyway, always see a dietitian to guide you.
I would like to thank Andrew Kwablah, consultant dietitian, and Stephanie Onyame, registered dietitian, for the good counsel they've given us on our diet as we age and how to eat smart, what we should avoid and what we should improve. Hoping that our guests would adopt the rules that they've taught us today and the lessons that they've given us to ensure that we live a healthy life. And for the young ones, these are the problems that you will confront if you don't adjust your diet now. And it's important that you also make adjustments now. We are worried about excess sugar. We are worried about excess salt. We are worried about excess alcohol. We are worried about all kinds of concoctions that we are putting inside our bodies for various reasons. And if you want to live a long, healthy life, we have to start now, so that in our old age we'll be healthy, strong, and life will be worth living. Thank you very much for staying with us, and we shall see you again next week with another lovely topic. Take care and God bless.
ZED 101.9 FM.